Uh, right, how you doing? It's probably going to be a one shot. Not particularly fun so far today. I mean, there's nothing has been wrong today. I've been doing a bit of digging. I had some plans of some things that I wanted to do, and I realised something has probably gone wrong, and I haven't realised, and yeah. So, you're being cryptic, Skaz, and doesn't your wife have a pop at you for being cryptic all the time? Yeah. Next year, start of next year, I wanted to get back into doing a bit of photography. You know, a bit of low-key portraiture, specifically. And I wanted to post an image online today of what is one of my favourite low-key portraits ever. It's a shot of my mate Scribs, and he randomly messaged me today. I was digging around for this one photo. I've gone through like 8 terabytes of hard drives on 4 different machines, or 4 different machines plus 8 terabytes of hard drives. And I was certain that I had a copy of this image and a few others in like just a random pictures folder, just literally documents, pictures, or home folder pictures on one of these, on one of my machines, and I can't find it. And so I did find some pictures of William. I'll be honest with you, I took them off Flickr. I found some pictures on Flickr. The last place I know that had a copy of this image of Scribs was on my website, and that's been down for a couple of years. My photography businessy website thing. It was a Squarespace site that was fucking expensive for what it was. For what was effectively a gallery and a contacts form, it was expensive, but it was a business and commerce package, and we all know that 2014, 2015 didn't go too well for me, and I knocked it on the head. So yeah, it was on that site, and I don't seem to have that image anymore. Scribs, I posted these pictures of William that I found on Facebook because I don't want to lose them, and I probably will, but I loved these pictures. Then around the time I first got my DSLR, sometime in like maybe 2011 when I got my Canon, and these were some of my favourite photos back in the day. They're not the greatest, they're not tack sharp. The exposures and colours aren't great, but these are unedited. These are just as they are. And I'm putting them here. And Scribs messages me, and I said, "Dude, do you have a copy of that portrait I took of you?" And he said, "Let me have a look." And he sends me a picture. He said, "What picture was it?" I said, "It was a largely black image." And he said, "The one taken at the bungalow." And I said, "Yeah, man." And so he then later messages me on Facebook and says, "Hey, dude, this one?" And I'm like, "No, that looks like something I took on my phone. This was a proper setup with lights, background, the lot, portrait. I took a fair few of you that day. I had done a few people in that time period." And he said, "Dude, I don't remember." He said, "Look, I don't have it. The picture you're describing, I don't have." And like he said, "This is the photograph that I've had." I said, "I'm sure you used it as a Facebook profile or something for years." He said, "Yeah, it was this one." I was like, "Wow, that's disappointing. If that's the photograph you've been using versus the one that I took and sent years ago." I mean, he doesn't remember it, so it felt initially, and he didn't do it, but like it felt like it had just been thrown away kind of thing. I put some work into taking a portrait and it got thrown away. And I'm tearing through all these fucking drives. I can't find it, and I found some. My drives are so. They are not organised at all. They're disorganised as balls. Any year for the daily vlogs past, like before, like last year or the year before, is a mess. You know, it will be like the drive will be separated. It'll be like, this is the daily vlog folder, and in the daily vlog folder you'll have like raw footage, and then raw footage is separated into the days and the cameras. So if there's like some footage shot on the 60D, it'll be, you know, whatever the date is, dash 60D, and then the same thing. Next thing, like Sony HX9V, and it will just be a year's worth of footage in a folder. In a folder, just like, but each camera is separated into its own folder per day, and it's just like, oh my god, you can't find anything. Plus, I've got other drives that have just random misc photos from the kids' childhood, just like scattered everywhere. I'll never. And there's so much of it. There's so much of it. I pulled out one of the vlog drives. I don't like touching the vlog drives because they've been sat for years and years and years, and I worry that one day I'm going to plug them in, and you're going to hear this spin, click, and then they're not going to work anymore, because it's going to be really expensive to get the data back if you get it back at all. And drives do tend to, like, the grease and that because they're spinning discs, that'll dry out over time, and so I'm literally breaking it. I plug this drive in, and it is making a clicking sound. It does not sound healthy, but I found some little clips of video of the boys when William was like 4.5, 5, and I almost wanted to bawl my eyes out. I've been thinking about, I mean, bless him, he thought I was taking a photo of him with the 60D, and he was saying, press it, and I was like, no man, I'm making video. I'm making a video of you. I'm not taking a picture, I'm making a video. I wish I had just snapped a picture of him at that time. Such cute kids, and I was like, I'm going to lose all of this. I'm going to lose all of this because I'm not one of these people that took pictures with nothing but my phone for the last 10 years. You know, I think of all the times the hard drives have failed, or I've been moving between machines, or moving operating systems, and I'm like, well, there used to be a load of shit on one of my Macs back in the day. That's probably gone. There were backup drives, but I have no idea what the hell they are. Backup drives. I imagine there have been times where I've gone, yeah, I've got this thing, like I'll find a directory on one of my drives, I mean, yeah, I've got a copy of that on another drive, and delete. And I think that might be what has happened to some of these pictures, and I'm like, I'm gonna lose all this. I'm gonna lose all of this. I calculated that if I was using like, what, 6 gigs a day, 6 gigs a day for roughly how long the daily vlogs have been going on for, and I've been using more than that, realistically it's been more than that. 18 terabytes just on daily vlogs. That's not photos, that's just daily vlogs. And I think there's some of these people that are crazy that got photos from the 80s. There are people who are crazy who have still got scans like Polaroids and stuff from when they were kids. And I can barely keep photos for a couple of years. And looking at my baby boys was just, oh, I just want to cry. Looking at some of the footage, and I was like, Skaz, why didn't you just let the camera run that little bit longer? Just randomly, I got a couple, like a 15-second clip of them, you know, painting with their mum or something like that, and just started to well up. So I just wish there was more of that. I just wish there was more of that. I talk about space stuff like every year. You know, I need to start buying hard drives and storing photos and things like that like every year. But I really have to start doing it. Like next year, I must start saving up and buying hard drives for this stuff. Otherwise, it is just going to disappear. The stuff is absolutely everywhere, scattered everywhere. It doesn't have to be organized. I just want it on an array that has some kind of redundancy on it so that I can keep it safe for just a little while longer. Rather than having like 10, 15, 20 hard drives with a folder here and a folder there. And but other than that, some of my favourite photos of all time have just disappeared. I don't know where, and I don't know where half of these. I don't know where these files are gone because I thought I knew up until today. Other than that, my big man's been good. He's been playing on the Wii U. Little man's been good. We got our batteries through, so I'm now charging that stuff. Although admittedly they've only just come through, so by the time everything charges, it'll be a bit late. Inky is in Norwich. She is. I hope she's having an alright time, but from the last message she got, or I got from her, she sent, I don't think she's having a particularly great time. She's gone to go see her grandparents. Not to say that she doesn't enjoy seeing her grandparents, just she loves her grandparents and they're not well at the moment. And she doesn't like seeing people when they're sick. Could be Inky's best friend when they're sick. She can't deal with it. There are a lot of people in our lives that we lost contact with because they got unwell, because it's hard to see people when they're in it. I'm generally okay with it, you know, but I hope she's having an alright time anyway. I think I have literally lost years worth, thousands and thousands of photos. I think I have this rant every year. Gotta start doing something with them. Gotta start doing something. She's back.
I'm back!
Come back from your little adventure. How was it?
It was alright. You've got pictures behind the camera.
Yeah. We'll drop in and out of focus. It's already really dark. The really bad thing is you're not going to be able to see the pictures because they're black and whites. But I said earlier how Inky had gone to go see her grandparents. You had an alright time.
Yeah.
We have had a little chat because you've been home for a while.
Yeah. It was nice to see him. It really was.
But given today, you want to see him more. Because you might as well make the most of people whilst they're around, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I know it sounds like a bit of a dick thing to say, but
they're not exactly young hens anymore, are they?
well, grandparents never really are they? So, picture of Inky's grandfolks, and after her nightmare of trying to get back to the city, Inky knocking on Charity's door. Well, it's Charity answering Charity's door, but Inky flashed her. So, you know, yeah, you've had quite a trip today, haven't you? Haven't you? You know, because trains have been cancelled.
Oh, it's been stressful and really, it's like high-end emotional today. So,
yeah, that's it.
That's my day.
We're going to have a bite to eat. And
And I managed to get the train on time.
Well, alright, I'm super proud of Inky for doing that. It's like one of the first times Inky's come home on time in a long time.
I gave you the time. I got there 10 minutes early, like you said I should, and I had plenty of time to have a cigarette before I got on the train.
There you go. Because we had a discussion the other day about
me and my timekeeping.
Yeah. So Inky's like, yeah, well, it takes us half an hour to get from XYZ place to get to the train station, right? And so, we leave with, within that half an hour kind of thing. It's like, yeah, you should probably leave, 40 minutes in advance, maybe 50 minutes in advance, because then that way, when you get to the station, yeah, you'll be there 10, 20 minutes early, but you'll be able to then go and grab a drink, grab a bite to eat, take a leak, have a smoke, whatever it is you want to do, and still catch the train. It's not a mad dash to get everything done, but no, good job, Ingy. I'm glad you had an alright day, even though, circumstances and the idea that trains were cancelled between the few places that you needed to go to, so it was more of a manual chore, and
the cycling was interesting.
And the other stuff you had to do. I couldn't find those photos. It's not that big of a deal. I just don't want to lose them all. And I understand they take more photos and record more things than average Joe. I understand there are professional people out there that pull in more photo and video than me, but I do take pictures of a lot of shite and shoot video of a lot of random stuff. But oh, and I re-opened my Facebook page. You can make pages, can't you, for stuff on Facebook?
Yeah.
I opened up the Skazis Facebook page again, so I can post random stuff there if people don't want to. Because apparently sometimes you can stream to Facebook, other times you can't stream to Facebook. And one of the services I use won't let me stream to Facebook, and I just thought for a laugh I can put, right, so if there's stuff where we need to talk about more personal things, vloggy related, rather than posting them on the main Facebook wall from now until the end of the 18-month challenge. I can always post them there, I suppose. That's really the only other thing we've done. I was tempted. I looked into potentially restoring my business site, and it clocked in at nearly 200 quid for a year, and I can't afford that. So I think some of the photos are just lost at this point. I've looked everywhere. I can't figure out where I might have sent Scribs that image. I think I might have just linked it to him off the website, off the business site, and then assumed that he'd downloaded it from the business site and put it on his profile. But even Inky said, yeah, Scribs had a black and white image on his thing, and I was like, no, it wasn't a black and white. It was a full-blown portrait. So I honestly do think that one's probably gone. But I've lost a lot of stuff at this point, and why them drives are going to go. I'm calling this done. I want to hang out with my wife and have a romantic meal for tea. So I hope you're well, and I'll see you with a bit of luck tomorrow. I have this issue every year at least once. It's not going to stop, is it? Using nearly 20 terabytes just for vlogs.